Definitely feeling it. Yeah, just was hanging out with some of the teammates, trying to distract ourselves from it.
Did you have a quiet moment with your defensive line like you spoke about Sunday night?
Yeah, we were at the team party, which was nice, and I'm glad I went. Got to hang out with the guys. My brother was there. It was cool, so it was fun.
Did you consider not going?
Not this time. No, I wanted to be around the guys.
Considering this roster will not be the same next year, what did you enjoy most about playing with this 53?
Just being able to trust everybody because of how good everybody was and how special it was. Just the motivation that everybody else brings you every day. It's a really long year, so having people that you love to work with is a key.
Nick, you've unfortunately been through a bunch of these deep postseason runs that didn't end the way you want to, so you probably kind of honed a process for putting it behind you. Could you share that with us?
Yeah, I mean, just have a little fun, do some stuff in the off season early on, and then I love to train, so I'll get back to that.
How much time do you actually take to, rest and not be in the mode of grinding like that?
I'll take a couple weeks of really chill, not much of anything, and then I'll start lifting, and then once I get back to Florida, we'll get back on the field.
Without getting into the minutiae of the salary cap, is there an understanding, either spoken from Shanahan Lynch or just known among you guys, that you're going to be able to keep kind of this core together?
Yeah, I think we kind of understand that. Obviously, we wanted to get it done with this group, but we have the people in place to make another run next year.
Have you had the chance to talk to Dre Greenlaw yet?
I talked to him after the game and at halftime, but not now.
Nick, two things on Chase Young. Just how did you think he performed once he got over here, and did you have any words for him? He's kind of entering some uncertainty this offseason.
I think he did great. I think it's tough to come in and get the scheme right away. It took him a little bit to get used to some of this stuff, but I was super impressed with him, and hopefully we could get him back, but obviously he needs to do what's best for him.
How important is it to have somebody opposite on the other side of you to help unlock you and get you more opportunities at quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, more rushers the better. I think we had a great group this year, and I think having full camps with people that'll be there the whole year.
Rather than bring them in if they don't think,
right.
So that they know the system and what to do.
What do you think Steve Wilkes has evolved over the year as a coordinator, and having him come back second year, how will that help you guys? Just the stability there.
Yeah, I mean, I think he does a great job with the back end, and obviously we had some issues this year throughout the year, but that's part of playing a full season, and I think we were playing our best ball up here.
Nick, when you just on that, when you said you guys just collectively could have been better prepared, I think you said for the read option stuff at the end, people go like, oh, he's Dragon Wilkes. I mean, do you feel like just collectively you weren't prepared for those plays?
It's hard to say. You kind of have to anticipate Mahomes wanting to have the ball in his hands. We've played plenty of read option teams, so we have the answers for it. But I think it's tough when you play a team like that who has could beat you in a lot of different ways. So it ended up being a very big few moments where they did pull it out, and we'll learn from it.
Nick,
It's just basically not a real emphasis when you're playing the Chiefs.
Right. Yeah.
Nick, just based on career perspective from the first Super Bowl loss to this one, how does this one differ in any way?
I don't remember too much. They both hurt.
How do you separate the success that you had during the season to not winning the final one? I mean, because you had a good season, but...
Yeah, it's really not. You could appreciate the experiences and the moments that you get to spend with the guys, but unfortunately you're so busy looking forward to the next game that you don't really enjoy the season as much, and then when it's over and you're not happy with the result, it kind of just leaves you in a weird spot.
I know you guys don't spend a lot of time thinking about AFC opponents, but just given the Chiefs' success level, was there a sense of hey, this is probably the team that at some point we're going to have to overcome them to get this done.
I think everybody in the league probably thinks that. Yeah.
Nick, how long will it take to watch the game footage from that?
I don't think I'll watch it until next year.
Was there
Kinda
a
the
pleasant
same.
surprise from this season that maybe we're anticipating, but you said, oh, that guy did really well, or we did really well in a certain area?
I don't think surprise. No.
What impressed you the most about Brock Purdy's campaign?
Just the fact that he had a serious injury and came back like it never even happened. Looked physically as good as he's ever looked, and obviously took a jump, which he was playing great last year. So I'm excited that he's our quarterback.
NFL Films caught you talking about with him after the NFC Championship about confidence and your confidence and his confidence. Like, what did you think about him, and how impressed were you just knowing that you said, you know, in my rookie year I had some struggle with confidence, and where he is? Like, what did you think of just his mental makeup and all that?
He's got it. Yeah, he's got what it takes for sure to be able to have bad games and bounce back. And in the biggest moments, I think he played great the other night. I think every test that he's had, he's passed.
Is that something, I know you're not going to, again, feel good for a while or be looking forward for a while, but to be able to rely on the fact that you have a quarterback you can rely on?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you need in this league, and we got one. So, and we're going to bring back a lot of guys. So, just have to come in with the right mindset, and we'll all be plenty motivated when the time comes.
Do you do
Did
any?
this feel different than 4 years ago to you at all?
I don't really remember that much, honestly.
Do you do any campaigning for guys that are free agents to come back, or with John Lynch to focus on some guys?
Not so much. I think they're pretty good at what they do. So, definitely want Chase back, but
I mean, you spoke about Cleveland being one of the
Yeah,
top effort
sure.
guys.
yeah, I mean, I think any guy that I want back, Chris and John and all of them want back too. So we're on the same page.
You're going to work out with your brother and for that's done the off-season plans
Oh, yeah.
publicly.
At what point do you generally get the itch to get back into football, as far as wanting to be back here and be August, September already? Like, at what point in the offseason does it generally happen for you?
I think towards the end of it. Yeah. I think it's kind of works out well with the end of the off season. You're ready to get back to work, and the end of the season, you're ready to.
Will you actually eat carbs at this point for a little while?
Just had a I ate carbone last night, and I just had a croissant.
For the first of the season?
Nah, I mean, there's some slip-ups. Small slip-ups here and there.
A little bit of wine, maybe.
Off season, you don't seem to lack for motivation. Just in general, you said you were thinking this is your best pass rushing campaign. Like where you could run defense. Will that add more motivation or something? Is maybe not the term, but will that fuel you anymore?
Yeah, I do. I mean, there's always room to improve, and I think I was still learning things towards the end of this year that I was applying later in the year that I really liked. So I'm excited to get a camp and get to work with the guys that are going to be here the whole time. And yeah, I think the sky's the limit for still my potential.
Last offseason, obviously, you had the contract hanging over your head, and you didn't get here until the regular season technically started. I mean, how much easier do you think, or how much does your offseason change now, where you can just go about your business?
Yeah, it's just a lot easier that you have the timetable and you know how to set up your training to be peaking at the right time, and it's good to know I'll be here for a long time.
How much in retrospect did that affect you, maybe at the beginning of the season?
I think it did, mentally and performance-wise, just not having practice and kind of like, I think my hands kind of get going later once I start using them a lot. It kind of takes time to get the timing down, and that's the biggest thing with practice. And then, yeah, just the stress of having that looming, and then the pressure initially once you get it. And I kind of worked through all that towards later in the year, started to feel better. I think I was playing my best ball towards the end.
The game on on Sunday. You think back to that prior football, I know you don't remember much of it, but the knock was the defensive line got a little tired towards the end of the game. You guys had to play 5 periods. You guys still looked like you were going crazy. How did that game progress for the defensive line in terms of just having to go snap after snap after snap?
It was tough. It's definitely a high exertion game when you play them, and overtime, the altitude and dryness was a factor too. So it was exhausting, but I think we put a good effort performance out there.
All right, guys.